Darman. It is homecoming for the Crimson Panthers of Huntsville High School as they are up on the hill at Louis Cruz Stadium on the campus of Alabama A&M. On the subject of the Bulldogs, a tip of the cap to the Bulldog football team. Conrad Maynard's squad now 2-0 after the win just on the banks of the Daytona International Super Speedway last night against Bethune-Cookman, 30-27 was that final score. Bulldogs improved to 2-0 on the season. They get ready for Tuskegee coming up, and don't forget, coming up in the month of October, they'll welcome in Coach Prime to the Hill there at Alabama A&M. Wes Neighbors is back in the studios of 97.7 ESPN The Zone. What do you say, Wes? How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing really good.
So I don't know if you caught the Nick Saban show last night.
I did not.
So we hear Nick Saban address the team as well as the fans on certain occasions. And this one kind of struck me. In fact, I reached out to Dr. Elko and said, "What was your message this?" And Dr. Elko got back to me and said, "You caught me." So I give for you the next 3 minutes, Nick Saban talking to his team, talking to the fan base, and really just it's a good message. So here you go. Here's Nick Saban from the Nick Saban show last night.
Well, humility is a great thing. I always say the sweet potato doesn't have to tell anybody how sweet it is. But I think that it's important for the fans to remember that this is a very difficult league that we play in. I think we have a team right now that has not yet proven that it can play 60 minutes. When we have done things well, we have been very good. But there's been times when we have not done things well where we become pretty ordinary. So it's important for us to be able to show that we can play with that kind of consistency in a game, which is going to be especially challenges against better teams, because this team that Florida has is the best team that we've played to this point relative to the players they have, how they're coached, and the success that they've had to this point. And I think when fans start to think that way, it's not good because they become complacent. They're not as supportive. They don't have the same passion and spirit. They take things for granted. No different than a player would. And I think that that's probably not good. And I enjoy it when people have, great passion and enthusiasm, and they understand that every year is a new challenge, and every year each team needs to be supported. And look, I say it all the time, but everything that I say about our team that's not really positive, the media kind of makes fun of it, as if that's just me, saying that. But what's the truth? Everybody, I tell the players this all the time, there's going to be a time in your life when you have to face the truth. You can't kid yourself anymore about what you're doing. You got all these dreams and visions about what you want to do, but that's all it is a dream if there's not any action to create the habits that you need to be able to have the success that you want to have. So it's no different for our team. And I think the more encouragement that we get from our fans and the more respect that they have for the people that we play, they're not going to be so frustrated if things don't go exactly the way we want them to go. It's challenging. It's challenging for us to get our guys to get where we need to be. I think we won. How many games have we won in a row now?
15, 16.
Yeah. And my message to the fans will be, don't lose respect for winning. When you win too much, you lose respect for winning. Because you forget what it's like to lose. If you remember what it's like to lose, you're always going to have respect for winning, which means you will do the things you need to do to win, as a player, as a fan, as a coach, or anything else. So don't lose respect for winning.
There you go, Wes Neighbors.
Well, it's message on. It's the truth. I mean, it's I look at what's happened the last during his career there after the first year, and I look at it with utter amazement. And that's why I talk about it, I think, too much maybe. A lot of some people think that. They're not Alabama fans that think that, but they think I talk about it too much. But it's unprecedented.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely right. I mean, I think that's the problem with Georgia is their fans. I mean, every summer they're going to win the national championship. They're
June, July, August.
They're the best every
Yep.
year.
Yep.
And in reality, and they're pumped those players up so much, and these guys are young men who, when they read their, there's an old saying: you read your press clippings, you're going to get beat. And that's.
It just kind of struck me. That's why I wanted to play it, just in case you heard it.
Yeah, well, he's always trying to message, but he's absolutely right. And I have a friend that used to say, "Don't burn the cornbread," and I think that's done a lot, and with bravado and everything else. But that's on the other hand, that's what makes college football so fun. Is the boisterous fans that take it too far. So
well, maybe not the ones that take it too far, but maybe the boisterous fans. Yes, not the Harvey Updikes, but reel it back a little bit.
That has nothing to do with that. That was idiotic. So
yeah. But I just wanted to make my point there. It's for the passionate fans of respect. Winning is hard, and it's
hard enough.
Not an easy thing to do.
But if you're not working. It's what comes with winning is the work. You got to put the work in. And if you're not, if you think you're just going to show up and win, and I get that. I mean, I think they're Alabama teams that you used to see that would just think they showed up with that red uniform and they'd win games, and that's not, the way Coach Bryant won. The way Coach Saban's doing is he's out working everybody, and that's the common thing. And you got to work smart. Just working doesn't do anything. You got to work smart. It has to make sense, and it has to make sense to the players, and they know if it makes sense or not.
Yep.
And so
it just struck me. That's why I wanted to play it for you.
Well, I think what a game. He's been worried about complacency. Complacency, what kills his seasons. And I don't think this team's going to go undefeated. I really don't. I mean. I bet if they lose
you
one,
said the same thing last year.
I did, but I've said the same thing every year.
Because it's hard to go undefeated.
The only year I thought they were going to go undefeated is the year Clemson beat about 1 point at the end in the fourth quarter, where they dominated the game until the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So I haven't been right any year. So that's the record going.
So mark it down. Head to Vegas. Put a $100 down on an undefeated season.
I just don't think it's going to happen.
It is Pick 2 Friday, brought to you by Nick's Ristorante. Appreciate the fine folks down there along Bailey Cove for being a longtime sponsor of a Pick 2 Friday. Your phone calls are welcome and needed if you'd like to head down, especially prime rib is on Wednesdays.
On Wednesday night, yeah.
That's
but
Wednesday.
You can ask for it.
Wednesday nights.
Sometimes they'll have some on Friday night left over, and it's really good. I'd highly recommend it.
All right, let's. The phone number is 256-576-4977. 256-576-4977. Jeff kicks us off on a Pick 2 Friday. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good, Wes. How are you? Or Steve, how are you guys doing?
It's all good. We're good.
Just curious as to who won Pick 2 last week.
That would have been James. James was your winner last week.
All right, let me jump on Pick 2.
Auburn is heading to Penn State. Last time I checked, Wes, that number has creeped down to 4 for your point spread between the Nittany Lions and the Auburn Tigers.
Let's go Penn State.
And your other game, we're going to go over to the National Football League, and this spread has grown. The Titans were initially a 3.5-point road dog. They're now a 6.5-point road dog at Seattle. Who you got, Titans or Seahawks?
Give me the Seattle.
And your tiebreaker, we're going to head over to Gainesville, and one player in particular. That's Mr. Richardson, the man who wears number 15. Total yards for him only against Alabama. What is the total yardage he is going to get against Alabama?
Let's go 230.
It is yours, Jeff. Appreciate the phone call.
Have a good evening.
Cordell is next. Where you been hiding, Cordell?
I've been hiding. I've been listening to you guys.
Appreciate you listening.
I want to hop on too.
Okay, you sound like you're in a tunnel. Auburn at Penn State. And Titans at Seattle.
Seattle.
Total for Anthony Richardson.
Let's go 220.
It is yours. Good to hear from you, sir.
You two work out with.
Roll Tide.
Cliff is on line 3. What do you say, Cliff?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good.
Excellent. You just want to hop on pick 2? All right.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Auburn at Penn State.
Man, I want Penn State.
And Titans at Seattle.
I'm going to take Tennessee.
And total yards for Anthony Richardson.
Man, I'm going to go 88. Guys, going to shut him down.
It is yours.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good weekend.
Thank you, Cliff. How much of Anthony Richardson do you think we're going to see tomorrow, West Neighbors?
Is that the second-string quarterback from Florida?
Number 15
no,
in your scorebook.
And the two people just said he's going to have 200 yards?
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll have 0. I don't think he'll play.
I'm inclined to think he may play a play or two, but anything beyond that, I'll be surprised.
Well, I'd say -5.
minus
I mean, he pulled his hamstring. You cannot play if you pull your ham. I mean, he pulled it right when he went in his end zone on the last run, and I recognize that look. I don't think he's going to play at all. But if he has 230 yards, you need to pick Florida. I'll say that.
I was thinking the exact same thing. So I should have put that in pick 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gibby is on line 1. How are you, Gibby?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
That's your cue.
Come on, Steve. Where are you? I was waiting for you to hop in.
That's your cue.
All right. That's
what do you want me to say? Go Dogs?
No, I want you to say Roll Tide.
No.
He said Roll Tide. He didn't say Go Dogs.
You ain't never going to say Go Dogs either.
So you want to hop on pick 2, Gibby?
Yes, give them to me, man.
Auburn at Penn State.
Give me the Nittany Lions.
And the Tennessee Titans are at the Seattle Seahawks.
Take the Seahawks.
Total for Mr. Richardson.
0-5. I mean, he's got a hammy, and I said, I don't know. I mean, I agree with our guy. I mean, I think Alabama's defense is going to kick their tail. I mean, we've been facing Mullen's offense forever. He had Dak Prescott at one time, and he didn't do anything against us. So why would I be afraid of what these guys are going to do? We're gonna harass their quarterback to no end tomorrow. So if that kid's playing, he's going down.
So you said 0-5. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I don't think he's not going to.
0.5. Is that? Well. Is that what you meant to put?
I thought he said -5.
Oh, -5. All right, I can do definitely do minus yardage.
He's a sack exchange person.
If he plays, I don't think he'll be effective. Not unless you pull
He'll be running for his life.
You pull a hammy and you play quarterback. It's no way.
You tell me you want to outrun the guys we coming off the edge? It ain't going to happen.
I don't think if he plays, I'll be shocked. Not unless they told him, hey, on that last touchdown, fake a hammy when you go through the end zone, and then
Hey, Dan Mullen. I mean,
he's not that smart. I mean, hey, pull up and grab your hamstring,
He ain't that
and the way he did it.
I'll let
I mean, it wasn't a fake. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him limp off. I should have watched to see if he limped off or not, but I didn't know how good he was. I just saw him run that last touchdown, and it wasn't about. It was against South Florida. Okay, it's not like they were playing. South Florida has won one game in the last 2 years.
Yep.
And anyway, so it's not. And South Florida has a good coach, and they have a good defensive coordinator, and offensive coordinator. And I think over time they'll be fine. But they don't have any players. They're all freshmen. And Florida, the guy ran a touchdown, and they act like he's the second coming. But he pulled his hamstring, and he might be before it's over with. I hope that the kid does great, and I hope he does recover and didn't pull his hamstring. But if he did a good job of faking the way he did it, because I remember when my big butt pulled my hamstring, it's like somebody shot me with a 30-06 from behind. And I looked just like that. I pulled up and kind of limped, and heck, I couldn't do anything for 2 weeks. And finally, and I'm offensive lineman. It's not like we got to go far. And they taped. I told Steve this. They taped a tire inner tube that they cut, and that was my hamstring, and it worked. I mean, I couldn't believe it worked. Everybody's making fun of it when they did it, but I was able to practice. But I can't see how those guys, a hamstring, a calf, or a growing, it's 2 weeks minimum for anybody that has to run full speed to keep from getting killed. Anyway, there you go.
Thank you, Gibby. Appreciate the phone call. DJ is next. What do you say, DJ?
Happy Friday, guys. What's going on?
Indeed. We're doing well.
I'm going to jump on this Pick 2 train here.
All right. Auburn is at Penn State.
What's the line? Is it
4?
Penn State by 6? Is that right?
4.
Oh, it's changed a little bit. Okay. Man, I'm gonna have to go Penn State. Even though I really like this Brian Harsin, I've been listening to you, Steve. I just really like and Wes, how he speaks. It reminds me of Coach Saban. Very level. Sounds very wise.
It's a very matter of fact, and it's the little things, and he realizes it, and that's what Coach. He's not gonna. He's not blowing smoke at you. No,
Yeah. And I like that. I appreciate that.
Heck yeah, and the players do in the end.
Yeah, and that's one thing too. I mean, they'll pull for a coach like that. I mean they work hard.
They'll play hard for him.
Yeah. It's just the white out. I think all the noise. I think it really gets the Bo. I don't know if he'll be able to pull off, but. Well, you know what? You changed my mind. I'll go Auburn on this.
Hang on. There you go. Auburn for DJ. Titans at the Seahawks is your other game for Pick 2.
Well, I'll say this. I think Bo's the difference in the game. And if he's not, I don't think Auburn won't win if he's not, but I think he will be. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to have to make plays. And I don't think
the other kids, they can bring him in special packages, right? They're talking about he's a difference maker on third down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll bring him. I think Bo will play the whole game. But Penn State's not used to, or hasn't been very successful against, is a guy that can throw the ball and run. And Bo's very elusive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Out of necessity last year.
Well, yeah, self-preservation.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and it might be some more of that because this team on defense they have some special hog mollies up there that can really move. I mean, they're good.
That's a good term.
Yeah. So, but I think that they're not used to chasing somebody like Bo. I mean, the Wisconsin quarterback ran like me or somebody with a pulled hamstring. But But Bo
Me and you both.
is very elusive. So that's I think that Auburn wins it. Listen, I thought Penn State was a lock. I don't think they're a lock anymore. I think this is a close game that'll come down to the end.
Okay. Well,
Titans at Seattle is your second game, DJ.
that's such a mess. Oh gosh. I'll go Seahawks.
And then total yards for Anthony Richardson, the Gators' backup quarterback against
I'm glad
Alabama.
you said who that was, because I was like, I heard on my turn radio was on Richardson. I was like, I don't even know who they're talking about.
15. He's number 15. I didn't
Number
know either.
15.
You know what? I'll give him 15 yards. How about that?
There you go.
Match the jersey number. Thank you, DJ.
That's if he dresses out. So he'll have him dressed out, I guarantee that.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't even have him dressing out.
I'm telling you.
Clearly, you didn't listen to Tebow at the beginning of the Feinbaum show today. I mean, he was...
Well, had he been to practice?
He didn't say he didn't.
That's the answer you'd give there. That's a Georgia answer. Heisman Trophy winner. 15. Tony, what's his name? Richardson? What's his first name?
Anthony.
Tony Richardson. So, anyway.
Did you hear Coach Saban at all last night?
No, I mean, no.
The subject brought up by Jordan Battle was brought up last night during Hey Coach, and I'll have that audio for you.
Miss
from
Terry
Coach
is
Saban.
on him, I guarantee you about that.
Pizza Larry will get right to you on the other side of this break right here. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Maybe the air doesn't blow like it should, or it's needing new tires, or you're just ready for something newer. It's time to move up, time to trade up. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and it's the perfect time to trade in and trade up because your current car or truck is worth more than you know. In fact, we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't trade. We have nearly 100 Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned models to choose from. Our Ford Gold certified or low mileage, gently used vehicles with great warranties. They've passed a 172-point inspection by certified technicians, come with a 24-hour roadside assistance, plus a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. It's the perfect time to trade in and trade up because your vehicle is worth more right now at Woody Anderson Ford. Corner of Jordan Lane and Sparkman Drive. Hope to see you soon.
What can you expect when you shop for a firearm at Bullet & Barrel? Expect great prices. We specialize in quality over quantity. Expect great service. Our professional sales staff is never pushing. We won't talk you into something that doesn't fit your needs. You have the right to make a smart, informed decision. Expect Bullet & Barrel, Alabama's only 5-star indoor shooting range, to support you after the sale. Bullet & Barrel, 3252 Lehman Ferry Road. Like or follow us on Facebook. Come see us soon.
At Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, people call the award-winning burgers totally insane, which is a compliment because Bad Daddy's Burgers are just that, chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness built with premium Angus beef. They're bold and they're bad. Pair one with one of their signature cocktails or assortment of local craft brews. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, 2317 Memorial Parkway. Check out our menu and even order online at baddaddysburgerbar.com.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Ann Adams. Ann, I understand you have some exciting news.
Yes, Wes, I do. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services was just recognized in the 30th Annual Harris Poll Equitrin as the Real Estate Agency Brand of the Year and the most trusted real estate brand.
That is awesome news, Ann. You know, great companies in Huntsville, Alabama, winning awards is what we want. Is it a great time to list your home?
Yes, it is. The inventory is low and the market is heating up.
And I understand you're also looking for agents.
I am. We are so busy, Wes, we need agents to keep up with the demand.
Ann Adams and Rise Real Estate has been doing business in North Alabama for the last 35 years. If you want to do business with someone you can trust, she has been writing contracts since she was 9 years old. Call Ann today at 256-337-2625.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Everybody knows the fun begins when you get to the end zone, where you can enjoy half-price apps every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, half-price burgers every Tuesday, plus late-night pizza specials and a spectacular menu that includes jumbo wings, half-pound burgers, Tex-Mex, and an incredible selection of craft beer, and plenty of big-screen TVs. It's all happening at the end zone, 1851 University Drive, 2030 Cecil Ashburn at Jones Valley Station, and coming in early 2022, Mid-City End Zone at 1115 McMurtry next to the Target Shopping Center.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
It's a Pick 2 Friday. You just missed, West Neighbors, the train going by here at R.D. Hicks Stadium. But, we've been here for a couple hours. That's maybe the 6th train, 4 trains at least. So,
gotta love freight.
Yeah, we're going to
feel like you're at home.
We're going to.
Where are you, in Stevenson?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually knew Mr. Hicks.
Really?
Yes, and his son, who unfortunately just passed away from COVID, was a friend of mine.
No, really?
And yes, a good friend, and great family. Great family.
We got full phone lines. I did want to pass along a little levity. So we know about the joke material that I initially. It was initially asked by Michael Casagrande to Jordan Battle.
But this had been come up before a year ago.
Oh, yeah. We went there last fall when it was brought up.
You and the frog in your pocket.
Yeah, well, what did I say?
You and the frog in your pocket. I didn't. You brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
Well, it was brought up on the Dan Patrick Show.
Right, exactly.
With Nick Saban as a guest. So, yes, we went there. After all, this is The Drive with West Neighbors and Steve Moulton. So I asked Lane Kiffin about the joke material, and we found out the originator of D's
was Bobby Humphrey, which I think was
Marlon Humphrey.
Bobby's son, yeah.
Yep, and here is what Coach Saban had to say on his joke material.
All right, so I have a couple of my pet peeves. But most of them are, it's to anybody's imagination what this is, what these are. I mean, so it doesn't mean it's whatever you think it is.
Right.
All right. Now, if you think it's something bad, then it's something bad. All right. But it doesn't have to be anything bad. It can be whatever you think it is.
Yeah.
So, and I like to get on Jordan Bell.
Do you think that argument?
I think that.
Thank you.
That argument. Any water.
That's exactly where I was going to go. Does that argument hold any water for Miss Terry?
No. But it's obvious he's been approached by Miss Terry, and that's his story, and he's sticking to it. Yeah.
Pizza Larry, you're next up, sir.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Suggest he stay with that story, though.
I've got to visit. Let me just jump on Pig 2 here.
Yes, sir. Auburn visits Penn State.
I agree with Wes. I think Auburn's going to win outright.
And the Titans are on the road at the Seahawks.
You need the Titans to bounce back.
Total for Anthony Richardson against Alabama tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play. I was kind of shocked when I heard his name. Give me 0 if you got it.
It is yours, Pizza Larry.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Stay safe out there, partner. Badger Larry is on line 3.
How you doing, fellas?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Doing great.
Who do your Badgers have this weekend?
Wes has been, kind of tearing down my Badgers.
Well, let me tell you something. Did you see the game against Penn State?
Of course I did. Yes, sir.
Did you? Were you not very disappointed in the way they played?
Oh, I absolutely.
Do you think Penn State's a great team?
No, I don't think they're a great team. I think their defense is pretty decent. I mean, I know our defense is very good. So, I mean, it is.
But I think your defense is good. I just think the offense is not very imaginative.
No, exactly. No, the play calling was horrific. I mean, especially in the red zone. So,
but truthfully, I mean, occasionally there are some plays you're supposed to be running against anything, right? So everybody wants to blame the play calling, and in my opinion, if you run 22, which is the tailback up in the 2 gap, which is right by the center, if you have a good offensive line, you ought to be able to run that play and get 4 yards every time. And if you can't, then you're just getting whipped, and then the coaches get blamed for it. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I see what you're saying,
and to me, when Wisconsin is good, they don't need play calling. They just run the ball and out hit you. And that's, to me, what Wisconsin. And when they can't do that, I don't think they're very good. That's just my opinion.
Well,
and teams get better. Everybody said way back when that, and I said that people get better every game. And Jalen Hurts was not going to be a quarterback, and he's won like 4 games already in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So I think they can get better, and I have been picking on them a little bit, just because that's the only thing I've watched, and I thought they did everything they could not to win that game.
Wisconsin will not lose this weekend.
Do what now?
Wisconsin will not lose this weekend.
Who they playing?
No, we're off.
It's bye week.
Yeah.
We're resting up for Notre Dame next weekend. So.
Well, that'll be a good game because I don't think Notre Dame's all that either. Not
No,
at this
I think
point.
we got- I
But if you keep winning, and if Wisconsin starts winning, and starts doing things, teams improve tremendously.
Yeah.
I mean, Clemson's historically not very good to me early in the season, and they get better every game.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I haven't thrown the whole season away yet.
No, I haven't either. I just was very disappointed in the way they played the first game, and just what's been really weird to me is they're in the NFL. I've seen 2 teams that didn't look awesome already. To me, these teams look so much better than they did last year. And those 2 teams, one of them's yours, Green Bay, and the other one's the Titans. Those 2 teams look horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, but in the college football, it's about 50-50, and I think it's because none of them tackle well.
Yep.
Because they don't work on it enough.
Right.
And I don't know, then you're gonna get kicked out for ducking your head, but you're not allowed to practice it in practice.
Crazy.
And and I'm so sick of having people in the box, and they call targeting. That is a joke.
Yep.
And they need to stop it. It's
Well,
an absolute joke.
Last night in the Alabama A&M Bethune-Cookman game, there was a DB for the Bulldogs that ripped a helmet off It was a personal foul, but he stayed in the game.
No, that's not a penalty.
It was a
But it
personal
should be.
foul, but he stayed in the game.
But see,
it was about 2 plays later, he ducked his helmet, and he was out for targeting. So
I believe in some places if you're trying to hurt somebody's target, now they're saying they're protecting the guy. Well, if you duck your head and hit with the top of the head, to me, if you want to make that a penalty, I don't think you ought to kick him out of the game. You want to make that a penalty, I'm all right with that because you are protecting the guy.
It's almost as if
the crown of the helmet is not. The crown of the helmet is when you're running full speed, try not to hit a guy with the crown of the helmet.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible.
Well,
and you got a running back running full speed that weighs 215 pounds. What are you going to do?
But to me, he did not hit him initially with his helmet. It looked like a shoulder pad, then a helmet. But the fact that he ducked his head, that's all they're looking at.
Well, I mean, I don't know about ducking. Is the difference between ducking your head and hitting with the top of your helmet is where it's dangerous for a football player, not the crown of the helmet.
Yeah.
The crown of the helmet is when you're leading to make a tackle and you're going as fast as you can because you have to stop that guy's momentum, to keep him from running you over, which hurts really bad. It's more compression than anything on your whole body was when they run you over. So I think that this is I don't remember ever them calling this before. I think it's to the point of ludicrous. Now, again, if you duck your helmet, I think it ought to be a penalty. If you're trying to launch yourself or knock somebody out or intentionally hurt them, it's easy to tell, and it's targeting, and I agree with it. So, I mean, heck, my favorite block in the world was a comeback block.
Crackback?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was historically famous for him in practice. I mean, and in the games. I didn't care if it was my teammate. I wanted to knock him in the next week.
It almost feels to me, Wes, that whoever is in the booth is waiting to hear the crowd go, ooh, and then they'll hit the button.
Well, I don't know. I just think it's to the point. I'm not saying you're wrong. It kind of feels that way. I agree. But, I mean, listen, if it's in the box, I think anything should go in the box within reason. Because you got a guy coming downhill weighing 215 or more.
You're basically in the octagon.
Yeah, I mean, if you duck your head, call a penalty, don't kick him out. If you're trying to hurt somebody, intentionally or unintentionally, if you launch yourself or it's a guy's protected like a receiver and you launch it into his head, I was all for that now. I mean, some of it's unfortunate, some of it's high, I get it. But it seems that they've seemed to slowly go away from that. So now they got to come up with something else. That's what this looks like. This looks like somebody made this up, and everybody's against it. You hear the coaches talk about it. You hear the people on the announcers talk about it. It's time to do away with this. I don't care if it's in the midseason.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It is not. It's not logistically possible. And it's like somebody made these rules somebody's made these rules up that has no idea what football's about.
Never a wrong time
and
to do the right
because you cannot hitting with the crown of the helmet does not hurt the defensive player. End of story. Ducking your head does. It can break your neck. So, anyway.
Badger Larry, you want to hop on pick 2?
Yes, sir.
Auburn is at Penn State.
You know I'm going Penn State on that one.
I already typed it. Titans are at the Seahawks.
I'm going to take the Seahawks and pull for the Titans. How's that?
Total yards for Anthony Richardson.
Sounds like you need to be a politician.
Florida.
Yeah, I've been told that a time or two, unfortunately. Has anybody got 0 from taking...
You're good with that combination. You're good with that combination.
I'll take 0 with that.
All right. Good to hear from you, Larry. Hammerhead is next on a Pick 2 Friday, brought to you by Nick's Ristorante. Hammerhead.
Hey, guys. How y'all?
Doing well. How are you? Kind of going in and out.
I tried to call.
Yep.
10-1.
You wanna hop on Pick 2, Hammerhead?
Well, I was going to ask, what
Just about our offense. He thinks too.
So I think he asked about. He wanted me to ask about the offensive line at Alabama. I think that I think they're going to get better and better. I think they're a lot of youth, never played together. A lot of those guys been injured and didn't even practice in the spring. I'm 55. I don't have my thing here, but they held him out. He didn't even practice in any of the scrimmages either. And so I think it's going to take a little time for all of them to get their know what each of them do, but I think they'll get better and better and better. There's a tremendous amount of talent, not only the guys playing, but the guys behind them. And so, I mean, they have 8 of guys that all, to me, will play in the NFL.
Hammerhead, your cell phone is hanging on by a thread. Let's get to your pick 2. Auburn is at Penn State.
Penn State.
There you go. That's loud and clear. And Titans are at the Seahawks.
Give me the Titans, even though they don't know how to play more, I guess.
Total yards for Anthony Richardson.
Well, the last guy took my 0, so
yeah, that's not going to work. You can go minus yardage or give me a yard.
Really, you're good from 230 to about 5.
It's truth. Hammerhead.
Hammerhead, you're going to have to call back and give your pick to.
Yeah, just give me a number when you call back in to our boy
to Michael,
Smokey Mike. Yeah,
Smokey Mike, who's
is he working overtime over there?
Yeah, he's got the phone. He's acting like it anyway.
Let's take our final time out. Shane Sean will start the final segment with you, and we'll try to squeeze in as many phone calls as we can to the delight of Smokey Mike.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer here. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is your big game headquarters all fall long. And with our new fall features, every day is game day at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Try our pregame starters, including our homemade onion strings, always fresh hot lips, and our all-new Buffalo Dippin' Chicken appetizer. Our main events include incredible chicken, fish, and shrimp selections, always featuring local Alabama Gulf seafood. And don't forget our Sunday Blitz, 11 to 6. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
We love our pets, and when we need boarding or vet services, we want the best. That's why we chose Paradise Pet Resort and Spa. Everything our pets needed, all in one place. Boarding for both dogs and cats. Doggy daycare, grooming and spa services, web cameras, and top-notch vet care, too. It's a true Paradise Pet Resort for your furry friends, serving all of North Alabama. Find out everything you need to know and book services online at ParadisePetResortandSpa.com. Located in Madison, just off 565 at Wall Triana, behind Cracker Barrel.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, We're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialist from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Chad, cue the cheesy Italian music. So you're in charge of the dinner spot, and the family is a hard group to please. Dad wants award-winning 21-day age certified Angus beef. Mom craves authentic Italian food like great-grandma. Sissy pretty much won't eat anything but fresh seafood. And old life of the party, Uncle Walter, likes to enjoy a cigar after dinner with some live local entertainment and some killer cocktails. So you think you're in a pickle? Well, you're not. Relax. I'm Tom Chapman, chef at Nick's Ristorante at 10300 Bailey Cove Road, just south of Weatherly. We have all that and more. Our friendly and helpful staff is eager to help you Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 5. So, corral that crazy crew of yours and give us a call at 256-489-8280 or tell them to check us out at nicksristorante.com. I promise you, the gang will all think you're a culinary cruise director of awesomeness if you take them all to Nick's. See you soon. Ciao. Okay, Chad, kill that music.
Nick's is for patrons 19 or older.
Bob Baumhauer and 97.7 ESPN The Zone have teamed up to bring you a huge opportunity this fall. Each week, come on down to Baumhauer's during the drive on Thursdays between 5 and 7 and register to win a Lunch Bunch gift certificate for 6 to Baumhauer's. But wait, there's more. Each weekly winner will then be placed into a drawing for Bob's tickets to the LSU-Alabama game in Tuscaloosa, complete with an invitation to Bob's exclusive pregame party at Baumhauer's Tent on the Quad. Stay tuned to 97.7 ESPN The Zone for other opportunities to sign up and win Bob's tickets.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Back here with you on the drive, along with Wes Neighbors. Steve Moulton back here with you. I am in Stevenson, Alabama, getting ready for a little 4A Region 7 football that you'll be able to hear over the airwaves and over our main app that you need to download. Over on Zone 2, you'll be able to listen to the Huntsville Crimson Panthers take on James Clements. Wes, can you hear the train off in the distance? I hear another one coming here at R.D. Hicks.
Got left right.
Yeah, Shane Sean is next on a Pick 2 Friday. What do you say, Shane Sean?
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well. Appreciate the phone call.
Just want to jump on Pick 2.
You got it. Auburn is at...
Jump 2.
What's that?
I almost said pick on jump 2.
Auburn is at Penn State.
I'm going to take Auburn.
And the Tennessee Titans travel to Seattle in one of the more noisier stadiums in the NFL.
Well, I am actually hoping that Tennessee has a rebound, so I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I hope they do too. Total yards for Anthony Richardson, it will be what tomorrow for Florida?
Total yards, passing and rushing?
Passing and rushing.
Can I go 236?
Yes, you can. It's yours.
All right, guys. Roll Tide.
David is next. What do you say, David?
Hey, guys. What's up?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Oh, man, I'm just wonderful. I can't wait. We're talking about real ball games this evening.
Are you talking about the UCF game, or I'm kidding? I'm kidding.
No.
Where are you heading to tonight?
I want to get on that Pick 2.
You got it. Auburn is at Penn State.
And hopefully, I'm going to go with Auburn.
The Titans travel to the Seahawks in Seattle.
And unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks.
Total for Anthony Richardson is your tiebreaker, David.
And I hope I'm bad on this, but I'm going to go 250.
It is yours.
Roll Tide.
Appreciate it.
Roll Tide. 250. That's not. I don't think the kid's going to play. If he does, he ain't going to pass the ball. He's going to
shut down. Man,
what do you think? Shut down? Is he playing?
I think he's playing. I'm going to go with Auburn, 31-21. I really like Harsin. He's the guy who called those great plays against Oklahoma back in 2008 as an offensive coordinator. He hired Mike Bobo. They've been working with Bo Nix, who was a top quarterback back in his high school days, and I think he's going to get back to that capability, playing to his capabilities now that Gus is gone. Will Friend, he's taken over that offensive line. They've got plenty of experience now. They're all have multiple starts, multiple years of starting, and I think that they're going to be a force to reckon with on offense. You got Derek Mason, also got 3 former head coaches, or you got 3. You got 2. He hired 2 former head coaches, so they're going to travel well. Those guys are going to help him out on this trip. So I look for Auburn to take that. And plus, Penn State didn't beat a top 20 team last year in their Big Ten schedule. And I know that they got beat they beat Wisconsin, which was ranked. But Wisconsin stomped last year, too. I don't think they're back to being the Wisconsin that we know. So I'm looking for Auburn to take that 31-21. I'm taking Seattle. I mean, I'd be crazy to take the Titans. I mean, they truly stunk last week, and they're playing another NFC West team with similar capabilities on the road. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, and then I think that Anthony Richardson will play. I've had some when I was a younger man. I had some tweaks and. No, I wouldn't be able to play, but that was years and years ago. I think modern medicine gets him back where he can do some things. I'm going to say 89 yards. I don't look for him to do a lot in the passing game. I don't think either one of those guys are going to do well passing the ball. Jalen Armour-Davis is back, and Josh Jobe are back. That spells bad news for those quarterbacks, but Alabama had a hard time stopping Kyle Trask run up the middle last year, and those 3 interior linemen are back. I think he makes some things happen there, but I'm just going to say 89 yards.
It is yours, sir. Appreciate the phone call.
Thanks.
Joe is on line 1. What do you say, Joe? Are you there, Joe? Am I there?
I am now, Steve.
Hey,
we're there too.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be halftime before shutdown man got off, but anyway, I'm going to take.
I kind of liked his analogy. I think,
I like this analysis too. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Steve fixing to get wet. I just didn't want him to get wet. Anyway, I'll get on pick 2 and get out of the way. I'll shut up.
Auburn is at Penn State.
I'm going to take Auburn, Seattle, and 90.
It is yours. I hate that homecoming got canceled. Well, I mean, homecoming is still going on there for Hartzell, but the game against Columbia was canceled. I hate that for the kids more than anything.
Oh, yeah. I wish some Columbia alumni would step up with some money and get that team back on the field. You know, they had 15 players, Steve.
I heard it was 12.
Well, there's 15, and I think 3 of them come down with COVID, Wes, but I don't know for sure. 15 or 12 is not a lot of difference, is it?
Yeah, it's slim pickings there, unfortunately, for the Eagles.
Well, a couple of years ago, they had 50 players, but they don't bring any fans, period. So they got no support. It's really pitiful. I'm feel for them kids, really.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Steve. Thanks.
Let's try to squeeze in a couple more calls before we hit the top of the hour. Shane Sean wants to make a correction. What correction, Shane Sean?
Yeah, I had too much going on while I was calling, and I totally forgot that
Anthony Richardson ain't going to be the only quarterback that's going to play. Can I change my yardage to 79?
You can. It is yours, sir.
All right. Thank you. Like I said, I was just too busy at the time. So
It was 230 the first time, right?
236.
Do what now?
236, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make a note of that.
I mean, he's a true freshman.
Now watch it be 236.
Quarterback. Watch it.
I hope not.
Well, if it is, it is. It'll be the story of my day so far. So.
All right. Have a good weekend, Shane Sean. Mark in Huntsville.
Easy.
Mark.
Well, hey, I'm going to hold this place. I'm up here this weekend, but I'm down in Gulf Shores now. But let me do the winner's loser live next.
All right. We'll do that on the other side of this Sports Center update. It's a 3-minute timeout here, and then Leonard's Losers with Mark.
Take your taste buds back in time with a trip to the all-new Bubby's Diner, offering a variety of mouth-watering food from delicious starters to 50-style diner food and meat and 3 meals, featuring owner and Huntsville native Chris Bubby Belcher's family's homemade recipes. Open Monday through Saturday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at 8412 Whitesburg Drive in the former Gibson's Barbecue. Drive-in, drive-through, carry-out, or curbside pickup with delivery coming soon through Grub South. Bubby's Diner, home of the Donut Burger.
Two Maids and a Mop. That's all you need to know to clean house. Two Maids and a Mop is an award-winning company, bonded and insured. Hire them for yourself, or they have gift cards if you want to make someone else's day. Find out more online at twomaidshuntsville.com. A maid service worth talking about. Two Maids and a Mop take care of everything. They supply all the cleaning equipment needed. Call 256-883-6243. The only finger you'll need to lift is the one to call them.
On ESPN Radio.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Steve Lennox. The Saints will be without 7 assistant coaches for Sunday's road game against the Carolina Panthers. The 7 coaches out due to COVID-19 protocols. Saints today also placing defensive end Marcus Davenport and linebacker Quan Alexander on IR. That news from ESPN's Field Yates. Both those players will be sidelined for at least 3 weeks. Cornerback Marshawn Latimer listed as questionable for Sunday's game for New Orleans. He had thumb surgery earlier this week. Lattimore limited in practice over the last 2 days. The Raiders have ruled out running back Josh Jacobs for Sunday's matchup against the Steelers. Jacobs missing practice this week due to toe and ankle injuries. Chiefs and Ravens meet Sunday night in Baltimore. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson on his record versus Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City.
It's not about, me and Mahomes, not to me, probably to everyone else, but, it's the Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs. They did beat us, 3 times or whatever, but that's in the past. We got a better opportunity this time to come around, and we take the advantage and win at our home stadium. But I'm not dwelling on those losses. We come to Sunday night and we're going to play.
And Lamar Jackson has completed below 55% of his pass attempts in 3 career games against the Chiefs. He is 0-3 all-time against Kansas City. College football tonight on ESPN TV. Kickoff in a little over 30 minutes between UCF and Louisville. UCF enters 5th in the nation with an average of almost 50 points per game and 3rd in the nation in yards differential. Louisville quarterback Malik Cunningham, 4 rushing touchdowns over the first 2 games of the season. Big Ten matchup tonight from Champaign, Illinois. 2-0 Maryland taking on 1-2 Illinois.
Coming up Monday, it might be Andy Dalton's last chance to be the Bears' QB1. So we'll tell you if the former Bengal can get his career back on track against his former team. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Monday morning on ESPN Radio.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This hour is brought to you by Neighbors Wealth Management, located online at neighborswealthmanagement.com. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Final hour of the week is upon us, and this is a shortened segment. And so I am going to yield my time to Mark from Huntsville. That will give us Leonard's Losers.
Good evening, sports fans. I got Percy Peabody here, and we're ready to go ahead and give some picks, sponsored by 97.7 FM, your only sports radio station. Let's get going, Percy. Auburn Tigers finally leave the confines of their home stadium. They played Girl Scout Troop 1 and 2 the first 2 games of the year. When they get up to Nittany Valley area, they're going to find out real quick that they hadn't played anybody yet until they play this group of hungry Lions. And the Lion will always beat a Tiger, especially in a whiteout, as they knock out the Tigers. Leonard's Loser won't even be close. Auburn. Alabama travels down to Gainesville. Now, a lot of talk about this game from the coach Mullen about how close last year's SEC championship game was and how he tried to equate that Florida has arrived. But come about 6:25 on Saturday afternoon, when Nick Saban gets his team on the charter flight, all they're going to be doing is looking down from the plane, and all they'll see is red and white. I like Alabama. Leonard's Loser, Florida. Now until next week when we have more losers, get us out of here, Percy.
Mark, that's fantastic. That's fantastic, and keep up the fantastic word. I appreciate the effort.
Hey, let me get to the picks.
So Penn State, I got you with Penn State. How about the Titans at the Seahawks?
Seahawks.
And total for Anthony Richardson, the Gators' backup quarterback.
80 yards.
It is yours. Appreciate you again, Mark. Let's head off to a break, and we'll be right back here on this Pick 2 Friday on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com. You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Maybe the air doesn't blow like it should, or it's needing new tires, or you're just ready for something newer. It's time to move up, time to trade up. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and it's the perfect time to trade in and trade up because your current car or truck is worth more than you know. In fact, we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't trade. We have nearly 100 Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned models to choose from. Our Ford Gold certified or low mileage, gently used vehicles with great warranties. They've passed a 172-point inspection by certified technicians, come with a 24-hour roadside assistance, plus a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. It's the perfect time to trade in and trade up because your vehicle is worth more right now at Woody Anderson Ford. Corner of Jordan Lane and Sparkman Drive. Hope to see you soon.
Sitting here with Ann Adams of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Rise Real Estate. Is it a good time to sell your home, Ann?
Yes, it is. We have people relocating from all over the country.
Why should we choose Rise Real Estate?
Well, we've been selling real estate in North Alabama for 36 years and have sold more real estate than any other real estate company, period.
Do you help your customers through the entire process?
Yes, our agents are with you during the whole process from start to finish, from beginning to end.
In your relocation services, you have a whole team.
Yes, we have a dedicated relocation department helping customers move seamlessly into the area.
Ann Adams has been writing contracts for the last 36 years. She has the experience to help you list and sell your home, downsize your home, or help pick the perfect spot north of Alabama for you to build a future.
Call Ann Adams at 256-337-2625 or on the web at www.bhhsriserealestate.com.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of your home's electrical system. Malfunctions can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk or in the dark altogether. Fixing it quickly will help keep you and your family safe. So trust our team of electrical experts at Mr. Sparky to get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Hi everybody, Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner of University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Madison Academy football. And a quick shout out to my son, Avery Seaton, number 19. Stop into University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including our all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and the sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com to view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see you in the Kia. Go Mustangs!
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Have you got your tickets yet? Single game tickets for the Rocket City Trash Pandas full season are still available. Every Friday and Saturday night at Toyota Field ends with fireworks, and after the completion of every Sunday game, kids get to run the bases. You can reserve your spot at Toyota Field for any of the remaining Trash Pandas home games right now. Go to TrashPandasBaseball.com to get your tickets while supplies last. Trash Pandas Baseball. Ignite the season.
Chad, cue the cheesy Italian music. So you're in charge of the dinner spot, and the family is a hard group to please. Dad wants award-winning 21-day age certified Angus beef. Mom craves authentic Italian food like great-grandma. Sissy pretty much won't eat anything but fresh seafood. And old life of the party, Uncle Walter, likes to enjoy a cigar after dinner with some live local entertainment and some killer cocktails. So you think you're in a pickle? Well, you're not. Relax. I'm Tom Chapman, chef at Nick's Ristorante at 10300 Bailey Cove Road, just south of Weatherly. We have all that and more. Our friendly and helpful staff is eager to help you Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 5. So, corral that crazy crew of yours and give us a call at 256-489-8280 or tell them to check us out at nicksristorante.com. I promise you, the gang will all think you're a culinary cruise director of awesomeness if you take them all to Nick's. See you soon. Ciao. Okay, Chad, kill that music.
Nick's is for patrons 19 or older.
Secret
It's an amazing time in our industry because things are changing so rapidly. This helps our customers save money while upgrading and improving efficiency.
Liosi Group President Nick Liosi.
One of our largest customers recently upgraded, saved $20,000 a month, and met new government security requirements. With our new human resource software, another customer cut their workflow in half and improved employee morale. We are not just a copier company anymore.
Drake Avenue and at LiosiGroup.com.
Our customers want best-in-class solutions, so we've added some new vendors like Konica Minolta.
Liosi Group President Nick Liosi.
And our next-level team has added premier automation solutions. We're not here to sell you one product. We're here to help you find the right solution for your specific needs, even if it means we don't sell you anything.
Drake Avenue and at LiosiGroup.com. Over 50 years of doing the right thing.
Here with you on the drive as we're counting down to kickoff tonight between Madison Academy and North Jackson. You need to download the app. If you haven't, just search 977 ESPN. Over on Zone 2 tonight, we'll have coverage of Huntsville High, their homecoming game over on Zone 2 tonight up at Lewis Cruz Stadium against James Clements, as Austin Coletti and Judy Arman will be on the call for that. And don't forget, later on tonight, beginning at 9:30, no matter what, over on Zone 3, you can hear the start of the scoreboard show with Scott and Chad, but we'll join that in progress as soon as we are done with Madison Academy football. Going to re-rack a couple of interviews from this week on the drive. In fact, we had a good conversation with Sean Salisbury from earlier in the week, a little USC talk as they're in search of their next head football coach, as well as a little NFL talk. But we'll start things off with a conversation that I had with Auburn head football coach Brian Harsin, his first big test on the road this weekend. It's a whiteout Saturday night at Penn State. I also spoke with the guy on the TV side that you'll hear calling that game, Chris Fowler. And my Q&A with him, he was on a Zoom earlier in the week, as well as a few other coaches that I spoke with in the SEC teleconference. Enjoy. I heard Coach Franklin yesterday mention that he's looking for a throat lozenge sponsor because of how loud he wants the environment up there. So I am curious, from your standpoint, how do you maybe simulate the type of noise and environment with all the hubbub of game day being there and the fact that 105,000 in the stadium?
You don't. Not literally to what it's going to be. We have speakers that, can only go so loud. All right. The amplifiers are maxed out. The volume is maxed out. The practice area, it's humming just with a lot of noise, but still, it's a factor. You're talking about people, and the environment that you're going into, the energy, that teams have when they play at home, and Coach Franklin does a great job. I know him, I spend time with him, and certainly that environment, as you see, from what I've seen from video and all that. I mean, it's very good, very loud. So to me, it's so much just about the mindset of going into that. And there's going to be factors that are, just out of our control, like you have at home. You got a little bit more control there. And so a big part of it is having yourself mentally ready for the travel, for the game. And, I think if you prepare properly and you put in the work, you can focus in on what it is that you need to do, because there's a lot of, it's not just the crowd, it's not just the travel. There's every single week from Sunday to Friday in a student athlete's life, there's a ton of distractions, and they have to manage those things every week. Doesn't matter who you play, and even at home. So to me, it's more about that mentality of getting yourself ready to play, and then I think you got to enjoy the opportunity to go into somebody else's house and have a chance to play. That's part of the schedule. half your games are on the road, half your games are at home for the most part. And if you're going to win or be a championship team, you got to win on the road. I mean, it's not something that you can't do. And that's every single team. NFL doesn't matter. Everybody travels. Everybody has to play at somebody else's house. And, if you don't understand that as a player, that's the first problem. When you understand that and you actually look forward to that, then I think you have an opportunity to go in there and do what you prepared to do all week. Go do your job and play well, and understand that, for our guys, that's been the message going into this week, is just enjoying that and being a part of college football and playing we have a great environment here, so we got to go to Penn State and play in their environment, and they feel like they got a great environment. It sure looks like it, and we're going to get a chance to be a part of that. All the other stuff that comes with it, game day, all those other things, we don't control that. But that's the great part about the opportunities that we get. Like, that should be something that, we all embrace and want to be a part of. And if you're a guy that is worried about that or shying away, don't get on the plane. We'll take somebody else, and we'll go out there and we'll take the guys that have their minds right to go play and do their jobs into this game, and we'll go compete with them.
Finally, Coach, how big of a challenge do you see the Penn State wide receiver corps, specifically Washington and Dodson, challenging your secondary?
I think those guys are studs. I think they're very good players. I think Penn State's team speed is very good. I think the wide receivers play hard. And, you see guys not just on O&D, you see guys on special teams, and they play hard and they play fast. And so that's really the challenge for us. I mean, and every guy on this team should expect that. You're playing a good team. You're playing a good team with really good players. And, we have players on this team that I think can play as well. So, how hard are you going to go? And are you ready for the challenge to face, those two wide receivers, for example? And in the secondary, that's going to be something that, as we get out there, we're preparing for during the week. But, we're trying to get great looks from our scout teams. Is it going to be like, exactly what we're going to see on game day? I don't think so. But we're trying to get great effort on the practice field. And like I said, if you study the film, you can watch. You can just see what those guys are capable of doing. And, you have all the film. You have all the resources right in front of you to do that. So watch it, visualize, get yourself in the right frame of mind to practice right, and then, know what you're getting into when it comes game time. And, that's just this is one of the challenges Penn State's team, is providing us. They got a lot of other good players as well that every guy on our team, they have their attention. I can tell you that. And, they're working hard this week to go out there and, go compete with them and also be very good players on the field when we step on that as well.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.
I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, so I'm asking this from a journalistic point of view as well, of being in the middle of the forest here and following Alabama. Well, I try to find the best stories and run with them, and you've already talked about Alabama as well. Is Alabama's dominance good from a national perspective for college football, just overall?
No. That's the quick and simple answer. I don't think the dominance by any program at the top is really good for a sport that's as regional in terms of tribal passion as college football. And I think that there's different ways to quantify that. Actually, I think that one of these things that has been, frank, I've talked about this before, it's no mystery. It's nothing against Alabama. You should try to be as excellent as you can every year and dominate and win all the trophies you can. That's the whole point of everything, right? And you can't hate them for trying. You can't hate them for being as committed as they are and bringing every resource to bear. But the fact is, there is fatigue at the top of the sport on a national level. And it's not just Alabama. It's all the same teams that have been fighting for playoff spots and and getting into the 14 bracket in recent years. And as I said earlier, losses by Clemson and Ohio State bring people, wait a minute, let's come back into the tent here. Maybe it's not going to be the same 4 teams. Maybe there's a chance of having fresh blood in the playoff. Maybe there are more contenders than we thought. But Alabama punishing people early, and as I said, going into the swamp is one of those games where your antenna is up, both as an Alabama supporter and player, but also as a national person. If they go in there and dominate Florida, it's just more reinforcement of where they are at the moment and how they're able to reload. It's unprecedented, as you know, following them, to be able to reload from losing whatever is half a dozen first-round draft picks on offense and then go in there and have a guy that has not played the position before at the college level come in and be as good as Young is and have the supporting cast and everything else. We knew they're going to be tough on defense. But no, you want to have the idea college football, if you're going to view it as competing with other sports have much more parity and much more balance. And the cast of contenders, the complexion changes somewhat season to season. I mean, we know that, the Chiefs are still good. We know the top teams in the NFL are not going to change every year, but the opportunity exists to make a big improvement and jump into it and contend. And we've seen that, in the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball. There's just a lot more balance than there is in college football. And that is one of the things that I think does hamper the growth of the playoff and the popularity of the playoff. Even if you expand the playoff, okay, now you've got more participation, but is the Final Four any different? I mean, you're going to go to Tuscaloosa and win a quarterfinal game? Good luck with that. Will we get the same teams in contention for it? I really think that we're in a period of time where, yes, it would be good for the sport to have more teams in the playoff mix from all regions of the country and more teams that have the perceived potential to win a championship. Because I've said this before, the number of teams that potentially can make the playoff, okay, there's whatever number you put on that, 12, 10, the number of teams that can win 2 playoff games and leave with the trophy while beating Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia, Oklahoma along the way. Smaller, tiny number, actually, in the minds of most people. Now, maybe something happened this year to shake things up, but that's how it looks. So, no, one team being seen as a given, hand them the trophy, that's not good for any sport. And I think Bama fans shouldn't care about that, but that is the reality if you view it from a national perspective.
Talking with Sean Salisbury right now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And Sean, one final NFL question from me before I want to pivot over to USC with you. Steelers, Bills. So how much can you discern out of one game about the future of 2021 for both of those teams out of game one?
Well, I can tell you this, going into the season, my thoughts were neither one of them are going away and both are going to be good. Ben Roethlisberger lose weight, gets in shape. Mike Tomlin deserves more credit for what a great football coach he is. And we always seem to bypass. We think of Andy Reid, and we'll give Sean McVay and Matt LaFleur. We start talking names, and it's like, oh yeah, Mike Tomlin's a Hall of Fame coach. Yeah. And I don't think we do. I mean, we kind of discount that the Steelers organization runs it a certain way. And Mike keeps staying the course no matter what everybody says. This injury, this guy goes away, boom. Mike gets those guys back playing. And his speech is not getting old in Pittsburgh as some who've been there and been tenured for a long time. Love Mike Tomlin. So I didn't doubt that they'd come back ready to play. Now, I didn't think they'd go in and beat Buffalo there, but I knew it'd be a fist fight. And the key there is that Pittsburgh will just keep coming. T.J. Watt's a perfect example of a player that you love. He signs a new contract, tells his agent, you stay out of this. We've come far enough. I'm going to go upstairs and tell him we're signing the contract. And then the next day or 2 days later is out there getting 2 sacks and making a difference in a game. And that's Pittsburgh. That's the way they do it. So I wasn't shocked. I don't think either team's in danger of going away and being a bad team. Buffalo, they couldn't sustain it in the second half. They're going to have to play better and probably run it a little better. but they should have known who they were playing. This is a Pittsburgh friggin' Steelers. They get it. Now, on the other side, you don't think Josh Allen and that group knows how good they can be and go back to work? I fully expect them to win the East and to get back at it. Sometimes an early kick in the teeth can make you realize, well, maybe we're not as good as the offseason said, but we can be better than the offseason said if we refocus. This one game, man, it happens. Just like we see teams that weren't supposed to be good, like the Texans, even though they beat Jacksonville, go out and actually played a good, efficient game. So I wasn't surprised. Pittsburgh's not going away. They've got a lot of good veteran pros on their team, and the Buffalo Bills are supremely gifted with an excellent quarterback. Both teams will be hanging around in December with a chance not only to make the playoffs, but will be battling for their division, I would imagine, depending on injuries, the entire season.
USC. I don't know exactly how to ask this question, so I'll just say USC to you, Sean Salisbury, a Trojan bred. So, I mean, you tell me what happened with Clay Helton that made that leash so short here this season.
And it wasn't a knee jerk. And having played quarterback there, and I'm a proud USC Trojan, but I'm also not delusional. And some of our fan base and some of our alumni and some of our former players and some of our Board of Regents they think that a 17-year-old kid that's getting recruited in Southern California that goes to modern-day high school, a powerhouse, cares that they won a national championship in 1978. Now, I care. The alumni, former players, we all have that pride and ego that wants them to remember who we are. Don't you know I'm Sean Salisbury? And I was a starting quarterback there for 4 years. Don't you remember when I got to? No, I don't, but I remember you on the movie Benchwarmers or talking broadcasting. They don't care. Just like they don't care. Even guys back as soon as, 2004, 05, when Leinart and Bush were there. Now they're on TV. But you actually think the 15-year-old kid that's playing in Northern California or playing at Crenshaw High School really cares what Matt Leinart did in 2005? Yeah, it's great, fine and dandy. They want to know name, image, and likeness. They want to know, am I going to play on Sunday? They want to know what my uniform looks like. They know more about Oregon's uniforms than they do about Student Body Right, Mike Garrett, or Charlie White, or Marcus Allen. That's a fact. And then they want to know, well, is my name on my jersey, which is not at USC? Not that's a big deal, but this is the thinking. Am I going to play Sundays, and am I going to be playing for a national title, and am I on TV every week? That's what the next coach with energy to match those kids. Tradition is no longer, what's the tradition now for some of these kids at USC? Cardinal and gold. Yeah, they've been good in the past. Now at Alabama, Nick Saban come and see the last decade. That's what you get when you come here. We win national championships recently, and we're in it every friggin' year. And oh, by the way, if you've only started one game or no games, there's $1 million in name, image, and likeness waiting on you for local commercials. And while guys, listen, while it hurts our pride, we've got to come to the realization as an alumni base and as an athletic director and as a president, it's not the Trojan way. The Trojan way is great once they get in the building and say, here's how we used to do it. Look at all those Heisman trophies in the McKay Center. But in order to win and not go 8-3 or 9-2 every year and not be playing for a championship, here's what we have to do. That's where we're at in 2021. Nick gets it. He knows how to recruit, but he also has great coaches. The next head coach, that's fine and dandy. If he hires crappy assistants, guess what? He's going to get fired eventually. If he hires great assistants like Nick Saban, and then he has the Nick Saban recruiting, and he keeps people and has them accountable like Nick does and talks about what kind of value. And, oh, by the way, when you walk down that's where Derrick Henry was a couple of years ago. Nick, it's viable. You can see it and reach out and touch it. Right now at USC, we're looking around saying, the player now saying, what do you got over Oregon? Why wouldn't I leave the state of California? And that guy better be able to keep within 100 square miles those recruits at home. We've got 4 of the best quarterbacks in the country right now that are all from Southern California. They're playing out of the Pac-12 and are not even. They're playing at Ole Miss. They're playing at Alabama. They're playing at Ohio State. That's what we faced, and that can't happen. So Clay Helton, it wasn't a short leash, guys. He's a great man. He's a good football coach. But whether it's leadership, and you got to develop players. It's one thing to get a 5-star. It's another thing to not let him leave a 3-star. And that's been a problem here, the development. So Clay will get a good gig somewhere, I'm sure, and he's got a lot of money coming to him, and I know the university and the players loved him, but loving him and playing hard for him or winning is two different things. So, and the respect factor. So the next guy, you can't go 9-3. You can't not be playing in a big bowl game, and you sure as hell can't lose to your rivals. So this has been festering. And the first two games of this year were just, let's get a head start on the next coaching job. It's not getting any better. It's Groundhog Day, the same thing. We're going to go 8. And now, you know what? The Dante Williams, the guy who's the interim coach, they're scheduled. They're going to win 8 or 9 games. And he's going to either be kept as an assistant or go get a head coaching job somewhere else, and then they'll bring in one of the 50 names that they're going to talk about and you're going to hear over the next 4 months. But he better have energy, and he better understand this is 2021. This is not what the alumni want to hear, but it's fact. This ain't 1978 where we're running student body right and throwing it 12 times and handing it off 50. You better be physical, you better be nasty, but you also better be able to throw the football around the lot a little bit. Everybody's goal, in my opinion, should be take a look at what they're doing in Tuscaloosa. That's what FC physically and getting recruits used to be, and Nick's got the market cornered, and we damn well better get back or they will not win or be in position, and kids will keep leaving Southern California.
It seems to me, though, that UCLA and Oregon are better than they have been.
Oregon's been good for a while. They're back. I mean, I'll tell you what, Mario Cristobal, and Nick knows all about him, and he knows about Nick, brought that. He's got great team speed, and they're more physical, as Ohio State found out last week, right? And Ohio State in the Big Ten isn't used to playing. They're plotting teams. There's no disrespect, but Iowa and Michigan and those teams line up, thump you. Michigan State, you win 17-13. And then all of a sudden Oregon comes waltzing in after an average first game, and they're faster than you, or get to the edge, and you think, well, I can catch the guy at Michigan. You ain't catching the dude at Oregon because my 4.3 is a little bit just as fast as your 4.3. That's how Oregon is, and Mario's got them going, and they are better this year. They are the clear favorite in the Pac-12. And then on the other hand, Chip Kelly's finally got what he had at Oregon and what Cristobal has and what SC has some of, but they're getting more physical, and they've been physical their first 2 games. But Chip finally has what he loves, the ability to kill you on the perimeter with incredible speed. And you can't teach it, right? But you can sure as hell recruit it. UCLA is the dangerous. And in the first 3 weeks of the season, they've had 2 games. They're one of the more impressive teams in America with the way they're getting it done. Not just they're getting it done, how they're getting there. Chip Kelly's dangerous with that football team, and that may lead to another long extension. He's finally got the guys he wants, and it's going to be fun to watch. And it all starts at quarterback. You guys know that. If you got that guy and some big hogs and hosses up front on defense and offense, I can make the other guys. And then you add, 20 other first-round picks like Nick does. Well, then you're playing January 8th every year, which is everybody's goal.
Top 3 coaches that for you to replace Coach Helton.
Well, I would love if my guy, because hell, I might hop on that bus with him or that plane if my guy Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator, and he's a Trojan, I know has approach. He's one of my best friends, but I also know how toughness, how much USC, I'm not even just talking about the tradition, how much USC matters to him. I don't even know if Jack, I was going to call him this week. I haven't talked to him in a bit, but because of football training camp, I don't know if Jack is ready to come to the NFL or college, but the last time I talked, I think that Jack would love an opportunity. I don't know if he's even going to be a front-running candidate, but I'm partial to him because I know what he's about and I know what he'd bring. If you could go get a James Franklin, I'd interview him. If I could go get the names of Matt Campbell, of course, the Chris Petersons. Urban Meyer's not coming to USC. If he was going to do it, he'd have done it before he went to Jacksonville because they would have hired him, I'm sure, before. Heck, they would have said, well, when we get rid of Clay, stay right here in L.A. and pop on over in your SUV, and we got you here. But and then there's some other names, guys. There's some other. For me, I just don't know if he's sexy enough yet. But I don't care how big the name is. I don't care how old or young he is. I love Joe Brady at Carolina. I saw what he did with Joe Burrow in 1 season. I've seen what he's already doing with Sam Darnold. And I'm telling you, he understands the young guy because he is young. But he also understands how to teach football. Secondly, I'm in Dan Mullen, who I love because I think he has both. But a name for me that I don't know yet, but I'm intrigued with is Hugh Freeze. He's plus it seems like he'd be easy to get. Not that Liberty's not getting better, because he's made him better, but he knows big-time football, SEC. He can coach it up, and it's Liberty, and who wouldn't leave? I don't mean it disrespectful to go to USC. Let's face facts. It's a blue blood program. I would be intrigued with that. And I'm also intrigued with Eric Bieniemy, an L.A. guy. I think EB's in his 50s, hasn't got a head coaching job yet, knows Andy Reid stuff. He'd know L.A. He understands the landscape. He understands white players, African-American players. He understands the school system. He understands recruiting. He was a good player. He understands he's been fired before. He's been replaced. He's been through interviews, hasn't got a head coaching job. He's hungry. One of my favorite dudes on the planet. So, and you got to know, and you can't treat it. I mean, when I say treat, you got to know that this 5-star recruit, okay, when to put your arm around him. This dude, when to kick him in the rear, and this guy, when to laugh with. This guy, and I think there's an expertise that goes along with it. You guys see it all the time at Alabama. So, EB, because I know him, and we're the same age type guys, and I've watched him go through his coaching career. And I think because he's been turned down or hasn't got the job, that SC in Southern California, where he's from, that if he got that gig, I think that there'd be a big point for him to prove. And I love a guy who can go into a 2A school, who can go into a country town, who can go into the inner city, recruit them all and get them all in and make them work as one. I think Eric Bieniemy would be a good one. So I'm intrigued with 3 or 4 guys, but the big names are going to get mentioned, and we'll see if and Luke Fickell's name's going to get mentioned because our athletic director hired him at Cincinnati. Yeah. So we'll see, but I don't need the sexy name. I need the difference maker in the program if I was making the decision.
Sean, we've got so many more questions, but we are just flat out of time. What's for dinner?
You know what's crazy? As we talked about it, we've been eating and cooking. We're going to order pizza tonight, and it's going to be a really nice deep dish, thick pizza filled with pepperonis and extra cheese, and so much for that diet and trying to lose weight and get back to my playing weight. But that's where we're going tonight, a simple cold beer and a pizza, which we haven't had in a that is it, brother. That's what we're doing.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds like a winning formula.
I don't think you ever have to mute us, though.
Matter of fact, next time I'm putting you guys' ass on speakerphone.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Thank you, Sean.
The first thing I tell her says, "Baby, you come with me. It'd be something better than pizza."
That's right. Well, if you know what, if Nick decides, there you go. Yeah, I'll pull you for her. I say it's Salisbury steak. There you go. Hey, and by the way, what I ought to do is come down there, tell Nick if he needs a quarterback coach or whisperer, holler at me. I'll move to Tuscaloosa and I'll come on with you guys all the time. How's that?
Thank you, Sean.
There you go. I
have a good night,
you guys, man.
Sean Salisbury.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
At Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, people call the award-winning burgers totally insane, which is a compliment because Bad Daddy's Burgers are just that. Chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness built with premium Angus beef. They're bold and they're bad. Pair one with one of their signature cocktails or assortment of local craft brews. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, 2317 Memorial Parkway. Check out our menu and even order online at BadDaddy'sBurgerBar.com. You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, "If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself."
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
From the WZDX Pinpoint Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy sky this afternoon. A couple of peaks of sunshine here and there. Temperatures climbing into the upper 70s and lower 80s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible through the heart of the afternoon, early into the evening. Will that affect high school football? For many of us, no, but there is a chance that some games could come with a little bit of rain, maybe even a couple of lightning delays. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s, lower 70s as we head into the overnight. A mostly cloudy sky for your Saturday. Temperatures once again hanging out in the upper 70s and lower 80s with scattered showers. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Football season is here.
The kick. It is in the air. It has distance. It's good!
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it, or I can use it for good.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right? You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Slips through one tackle, still on his feet, breaking tackle, 40, 45, 50. Johnson in a foot race to the 45, breaking another tackle, 30, to the 25, to the 20, still on his feet, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's gone! Touchdown, Auburn! How about that? Rudy Johnson for 70 yards.
Back to throw Cockrell. Cockrell looking. Cockrell's going to throw a bomb downfield. Where will he go? This one will be touchdown! Big arm! Touchdown to
What I do today is very important, because I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. I came up here and moved back hurting this morning. I'm saying that for a day of my life. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone. Forever.
A tratar de tomar la banda. Solamente queda el pateador. Y se lo está llevando. No ha pisado fuera. Se va a escapar hasta... Touchdown, Alabama!
56-yarder. It's got, no, does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight.
Riddle makes the grab 5. Angles by 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! 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 With 26 seconds to go. And make his ass quit!
I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, stove thunder and rain. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. Man, dude, bad. Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Fast. You, George Foreman, all you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him, Dick. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Straight back to pass. Going deep. Throwing it down the far sideline. And it is caught for a touchdown. Devontae Smith wins the national championship. Down the left sideline, wide open behind the defense. One true freshman to another. A Brooks catch, and Alabama is the national champion in overtime, 26-23 over Georgia.
He's got time up the middle. Intercepted at the 32, at the 45, at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Auburn!
Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
You know, it's kind of like my dad used to tell me, you know, when I used to go to work at the station, my girlfriend broke up with me, so I was treating the customers bad. And he said, "What's wrong with you today?" And I said, "My girlfriend broke up with me." He said, "Well, you know, you got one problem, but if you keep treating the customers bad, you're going to have two more. I'm going to fire you, and I'm going to whip your ass for getting fired. So you're not going to have a girlfriend, you're not going to have a job, all right, and you're going to get your tail whipped."
I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not forget the price I paid for it.
It's time for Madison Academy Mustang Football. Mustang Football on 97.7 The Zone is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore, McDaniel & McDaniel, Attorney at Law, Rosenblum Realty, the finest services for residential sales and leasing, property management and commercial sales and leasing in Huntsville, Alabama, Bob Wallace Appliance, locally owned and operated since 1978. We service what we sell. And by University Kia. We want to see you in a Kia. Now, let's head to the field.
Off we go to Stevenson for a little road trip with the Chiefs. But let's dive into a conference, our region home win, and congratulations on that. What was your takeaway with the win over the Wildcats?
Well, once again, I was pleased with the way we played. One thing that you do looking back, each year, usually where I start as far as my preparation is looking at the previous year's game against that opponent and everything, and I really feel like we're playing and executing at a much higher level than we were maybe a year ago, which we should be, with guys returning and understanding more of what we're trying to do and that type thing, just little things. And I feel like each week we are executing offensively, defensively, and even in the kicking game a lot better and being a lot more efficient maybe than we were last year, even though we were playing well last year. So that's a good sign. That's a good trait to have, as long as we can continue to improve with that. And I think overall we have our grasp of and understanding of what we're doing and trying to accomplish from an offense, defensive, and special team scheme standpoint, just getting better and better and better. And that's ultimately going to be one of the big keys of how long we can stay in this is execution. Even with, as I've said before, even with the amount of guys that we had coming back, even with the guys that this is their second or third year in a system, each team takes on its own personality and its own understandings, and we still have a lot of different pieces, to the puzzle and in a lot of facets of the game. So we just want to continue to grow, and been pleased with that growth to this point.
So usually at this point, through a handful of games, I'll ask you about kind of the makeup of the team, but I know from previous conversations you haven't had the full team. So has that changed this week?
Well, last week was the first time that we lined up and played with our full roster, or as close to it as we had. Then we had a couple of banged up and a couple of injuries that this week we hadn't been able to practice, that way again. And that cuts into your execution when you got so many moving parts, especially like offensively. We got a different receiving core almost daily out there, which with young quarterbacks, that makes it difficult as well, and just got a lot of guys doing a lot of different things. But with all of that being said, I'm pleased at where we are. I think the saving grace behind it is we've been solid up front, played well up front, and we got a good guy in Will Stokes in which to hand it to. And then around them, our quarterbacks and receivers have been very efficient and made plays, and we're not turning it over. There's so many positives, and with those positives, you hope to grow and improve with.
The special teams, I know we talked about it early in the season, but I mean, Ian, how would you assess his play?
The number one thing is when you're, kicking 8 of 9 or 8 of 7 of 9 into the end zone, and the other team has to go, 80 yards every time. The value of that is unbelievable, and knowing that he's going to do that. It allows you maybe to get a guy or two or some rest. And then when we have kicked it, especially with our first team where teams have tried to return it, our coverage has been excellent. We want that to continue. The returns we've had have been with young guys in there, which, once again, the opportunity that they, to play in a varsity game is, for some of these guys is, once again, that experience is just valuable. So, but Ian is, we're comfortable sending him out there. He hit a field goal the other night. He's working hard on his consistency, but his job in terms of punting when we've had to, and kickoffs, the value of those two, is, it's so important, and it's only become more important as the stakes get higher.
When Crehan has to throw it, decision-making wise, how would you evaluate that?
Improving every week. He's learning, and we all have these expectations of what it's supposed to look like and what we want it to look like, and all of that. And the bottom line is that he's getting better every week, and he's been pretty efficient with the ball. He's completing well over 65% of his passes, and as long as he can continue to do that and just continue to improve, our team's only going to get better and better. And down the stretch, wherever it is, it's going to go back to how well we can run it, and then how well we can stop the run. That's never going to change. And then can we get big plays in the kicking game? Once again, we already talked about how efficient that Ian has been, and then Will Stokes runs a punt back, Jalen run a kickoff back, and been close on a couple others. We want to continue to build in that game and just keep the pressure on in every aspect of the game.
How about tackling? How would you assess how good of a tackling team?
I think we've tackled very well. It's something we work on every day. Which makes it hard when you're have small numbers and the days of the old Oklahoma drills and all of that kind have come and gone, and so you have to be efficient with how you do it and when you do it, and our coaches do an excellent job of that of in our drill work putting guys in game-like situations. And I think that's another area where we're growing in terms of understanding the speed in which you practice and the speed in which you play. They're never the same, but you're going to try to make it as close as possible, especially up to the point of contact. And,
you say growth, I immediately think of Mario Brewer.
Right. I mean, there's a guy that, getting him back, last week, he does so many things for us. It's almost getting back 2 or 3 guys, because he's, was our leading receiver, before being out a couple of games. Can play multiple positions defensively. He covers kicks. He does a lot. Like I said, it's really getting 2 or 3 guys back. He and Jalen both. They can play in the secondary. They can play, receiver. Where Mario's a great cover guy. Jalen's a great return guy. So that when either one of those guys is out, it's almost like you're missing a couple guys. So. We certainly want to have all of our weapons when in crunch time, like this week. We'll need them all.
On that subject, after just seeing a little bit of tape with Coach Hollis, it seems like this is what I'm used to seeing from North Jackson, Coach.
Well, of course. Now, Coach Hollis has been up there for several years. Came in when Coach Rose came back and then stayed. And, and of course, he comes from football blood with his dad coaching in college and high school as well. So he as he put it, we want to play, real football. We want to play hard-nosed football. We want to play North Jackson type football, and that's what we've been preparing for all week. And they're going to be well coached, and they're going to do things right. And Stevenson's always a tough place to play. I don't care who the coach is or what the records are or anything. It's a tough place, and it's going to be a great test for us. At the same time, our guys are excited about that, about going on the road, in a tough environment and figuring out a way to get a win.
It feels like a big game, but you earn the right to play in big games with both teams undefeated in region play.
Well, you do all that you do to play in big games. I mean, that's you do all the summer work, you do the off-season stuff, you work hard in practice and all that to play in big games. And the more big games you play in, the more big games you get to play in. So, we're excited about that. We're happy, about it. And, our team last year, won some big games on the road at Madison County and places like that. And to win a region championship and to do anything in the playoffs, you got to be able to do that. So that's the test that's in hand for us this week.
How are we health-wise?
Pretty good. I think everybody has their bumps and bruises, and so do we. We still have some sickness. We haven't had any COVID in a while, but we still have, some sickness that's, kind of working its way through our team. But, we got our normal bumps and bruises that we have to learn how to, handle and play with and play through. And having a week off next week, maybe we can get some of those things cleared up and get ready for a stretch run.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
On the campus of North Jackson High School, inside R.D. Hicks Stadium, it's Madison Academy football here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, along with Glenn Laird. Steve Moulton back here with you. Smokey Mike mixing us back at the studios of 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Madison Academy coming off of a decisive 52-14 win over the Wildcats of Westminster Christian, and now we go on the road, Glenn Laird.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup, isn't it, Steve? In fact, all the matchups in the region are going to be interesting tonight. It's going to be the teams with the best records facing off against each other. You mentioned this on the way over here. I'm not smart enough to notice this, but the teams with the
2-0s are playing the 2-0s, and the 0-2s are playing the 0-2s.
Very nice way of saying that. And, so already we're beginning to see how this is going to flesh out. After tonight, we're going to have a really good idea of who the best teams are in this region.
And this leads into, you heard Coach Godsey right there, this leads into a bye week next week since we did play in week 0. This is week 4, but game 5 for the Mustangs, who come out in the white jerseys, white pants, maroon helmets. North Jackson with the black jerseys, black pants, black helmets. North Jackson won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they will be kicking towards the north end zone off to my right.
And the field's in really good shape. When we got here, the bottom fell out. I mean, it just really poured, but the field drained extremely well, ready for some football.
Jalen Holmes is deep to receive. The ball is teed up. 12 minutes is up on the clock. Let's play some football. And the line drive worm burner is scooped up to the 40-yard line, and then drilled down there is Mario Brewer, one of our up men. They'll officially mark it, I believe, at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs ready for that squib kick and giving them really good field position to get this started off. Since we've got a possession here, Steve, it's going to be really important to put points on the board. You cannot get behind on a team like this that just likes to grind it out.
Crehan in the pistol formation. 2 wide receivers set to the far side. Ball in the near hash. Handoff goes to Stokes. Bounces it out on the left side of the line. Twists his way forward just beyond the 40. Up to around the 41-yard line. And Carpenter was there on the stop on what was Will Stokes' first carry of the night.
You got to like the chances for our running game. Our offensive line has just really been dominant so far this season. They've got some pretty good size guys on their side of the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at Peyton King, number 70, weighing in at 325.
Yeah, he's a big one.
That young man knows how to put away the biscuits.
That was a 2-yard pickup to bring up 2nd and 8 from our own 41. Just kicking things off Slot man in motion. It's to Holmes on a little end around. Picks a hole, darts forward up to the 45, tripped and cut under at about the 48-yard line. That's a gain of around 5 yards there for Jalen, who is, at least in terms of the coaches, finally healthy. He was coming off COVID and then a little tweak in his knee as well, but looks full speed, at least on that carry. That brings up 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Crehan in the shotgun formation has Stokes to his left hip. 4 wide receivers set. 3-man defensive front look for the Chiefs. Crehan fires it, darts. It is complete. 1st down yardage and more to Hamlet, who's in there at the tight end position, and that will move the chains into Chief territory.
Yeah, you asked Coach Godsey about the decision-making of the quarterback and how he has grown. Great decision right then. He was very patient in the pocket, surveyed the field, and found his receiver and threw a dart.
Shotgun formation again. 3 wide receivers set on 1st down. Handoff goes to Stokes. Bounces it out. Nice open field tackle that time for the Chiefs. And on the stop there is Preston Miller, who darted in, and that's a loss of 2 yards there for the Madison Academy offense.
Yeah, my game plan, if I'm the defensive coaching staff for North Jackson, is do not let number 3 beat you.
Yeah.
I mean, we've watched this young man just have video game numbers, in the last few games. Watch him tonight. I still expect him to have a big game.
Pistol formation, 4 wide receivers set, trips to the far side, ball in the near hash. Crehan looks right, throws right. It is a catch by Burgreen, who's cradled down at around the 40-yard line for about a 4-yard pickup. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7, you think? Yeah, it looks about like 7.
Yeah, I'm looking for, I'd say 7. And again, this is a big 3rd down. Like we said before, Steve, you really, I don't know. Let's see. Watch them test the edge this time.
Let's see if we can just pick up the 1st down right here at the North Jackson 40-yard line. We're early and we're scoreless. Crehan back to pass. Looks to his right. Heaves it along the far sideline. Has Burgreen. He caught it as he came back to it on his backside inside the 20. A more accurate throw. Could have been 6 right there, but that moves the chains for Madison Academy.
Yeah, it was underthrown. Burgreen had to go down low in order to get it. In fact, he was on a knee when he caught the ball, cradled it in. Who cares? We moved the chains.
Indeed, the chains are moving with 8:44 and counting left to go in this opening quarter. Pistol formation, handoff goes to Stokes, bounce it up, makes a miss up to the 15. Pyle moves forward inside the 10-yard line as he's down at around the 6. Boy, back-to-back 1st downs, 1 through the air, now 1 on the ground, courtesy of Will Stokes right there. It's goal to go for the Mustangs.
Now we're in 4-down territory. I don't think you settle for 3 in here, but again, really good game plan, moving the ball down the field, just poke it in the end zone. Let's do it right now.
Pistol formation, split wideouts, handed over to Stokes, picks a hole, darts forward. Nicely defended that time by North Jackson. Nowhere to run to. A host of defenders. Nick Jernigan was darting in there as well for North Jackson. Coach Hollis in his first year taking over for Coach Chandler Tygard, who moved over to up in the Nashville area, Murfreesboro, I believe, as Coach Hollis has been here for a while under Coach Tygard, and then previous to that under Coach Mark Rhodes. Shotgun formation on 2nd and goal from the North Jackson 5-yard line. A little jet sweep. Handoff goes to Jalen. Not much room there for Jalen Holmes. That'll bring up 3rd down. You said 4-down territory.
Yeah, I did. And, I may be eating those words because, again, they may think the points are just way too valuable here and want to trust Vashon's leg. But at this point, as well as you've moved the ball, I think that you just really want to get it in the end zone. But this is kind of an obvious passing down. Let's see what they can do here.
Clock continues to roll as we're coming up on 7 minutes left to go in this opening quarter. Mustangs have it, 3rd and goal at the North Jackson 3. Crehan looks left, fires it into the end zone, has a man, and overthrew him. I was actually
I
in
think it's
between. They pick
underthrown.
one.
Yeah.
Either overthrown to Stokes or underthrown to KJ Rogers.
And
here comes Ian.
Yeah, the kicking team is on its way in. So I think this is one of those things that the boys from Stevenson are going to say was a victory.
This is a 23-yard field goal attempt right in the middle of the field. This field is the old-fashioned, has a crown in the middle of it. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good.
That was a dramatic pause, I will say that.
6:47 to go. 23-yard field goal is good by Ian Vachon. Madison Academy leads it 3-0. A 30-second timeout here as you listen to Mustang football on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
A few more fans continue to filter in to R.D. Hicks here in Stevenson, Alabama. One of the marquee places to come to for high school football in the state of Alabama. 6:47 to go. Vachon set to tee it up. And deep to receive is E.J. Wilson for the Chiefs. North Jackson comes in 2-1. Madison Academy 3-1 on the season. Both teams undefeated in region play. It's a high end-over-end kick that goes deep into the North Alabama night and will be a touchback for North Jackson.
Yeah, again,
what
the
a
ball
weapon.
goes through the end zone. That's just been Vachon most of the season. And you're exactly right. That is a weapon. So that has them starting from their 20-yard line. But, again, this is a game plan that looks a lot more like Coach Rose than Coach Tygard. And although, talking to the coaches, they say it's still about a 60-40 split, so there's more balance than you might think, including the passing game.
Dalton Morris, the senior quarterback, leads the charge out there for the Chief offense. He's on a shotgun formation. Four-man defensive front look. Handoff goes to the tailback. Nowhere to run to right there, but the pile does move. Actually, not much. They're going to say no gain, it looks like. A timeout on the field.
And the player lost the helmet, so he's having to go off. And
gotcha. And checking in is Cooper Lovett defensively for Madison Academy. So a gain of 1 to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Chiefs from their own 21. Again, Morris in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers set. Ball in between the hash marks as they move left to right. Slot man in motion also from left to right. Morris back to pass. In some trouble. Moves up in the pocket. The pocket collapses, but somehow Morris gets out of it before he's tripped up just beyond. And that was Chuck Moore on the stop finally, but wow, what a job of eluding the initial pressure that time by Dalton Morris.
Yeah, but give credit to that Mustang line. Those edges, those defensive ends did a really good job of not only closing the gap to for any run that might have tried to come their way, but they got the pressure in there on the quarterback and forced him out of that pocket.
3rd down and about 7 yards to go for North Jackson from their own 23-yard line. It's a 3-0 Mustang lead here early. Morris in the shotgun. Flag flies, zeros on the play clock. That is a delay game penalty on North Jackson.
That hurts when you depend so much on the running game to get behind the chains now. Now you're getting a little bit out of your game plan and letting the Mustangs kind of key on that, play a little softer, key on the pass play while also protecting from the run.
You think Coach Cagle's going to pin their ears back and go after them right here? Or
I think that'd be a mistake.
3rd and about 13
yeah.
from the Chiefs' own 17-yard line. Let's see how three-man defensive front look, but it looks like we might be bringing some pressure. Morris in the shotgun, looks downfield, looks right, throws right. It is complete, running with it. Jernigan makes a man miss before he's tripped up and down by Mario Brewer at around the 26-yard line.
Nice gain on the pass, still going to be short of a first down. So, yeah, by more than what I thought. I thought he was only 2 or 3 yards short, but it looks like it's almost
solid 4.
5. Yeah, 45 yards, 4 or 5 yards. So,
well, we saw Will Stokes bring one back on a punt from round about this same yardage. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if they punt it towards Will Stokes.
They're not showing a lot of respect for his leg.
It's a high, lazy kick, and then fair catch called for and received right at the 50-yard line by Will Stokes. So it's a win there for the Madison Academy defense, and the Mustang offense will charge right back out there, leading it 3-0.
Hey, do we have a heat timeout? No, there's a penalty on the play. It's going to be illegal procedure against North Jackson. That's going to be declined.
Decline. That's interesting that you would decline it, maybe?
Well,
maybe give Will another bite at the apple? I guess not.
Yeah, I think another key in this game is going to be turnovers, Steve.
Yeah.
You just don't want to lose that turnover battle. You had a clean reception on the kick.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take it on your 50. Don't get greedy.
You already got the football, rather. Ball marked right at midfield. 3-0 your score. 4:18 on the clock left to go in this opening quarter. Mustang football season long brought to you by Madison Academy. Check them out online at macademy.org. Crehan in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers set. He looks right, pump fakes, heaves it along the far sideline, and short hops the intended target in Jalen Holmes.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty. That
was a long throw.
I guess it was.
Well, it was. It was on the near hash to the far sideline, maybe about a 40-yard throw.
Just didn't set up his body either. I mean, he wasn't, shoulders were not square to the receiver. It was like he was just kind of still aiming downfield, but more pressure on that arm strength, and just wasn't able to get it there.
Hamlet has checked in on 2nd and 10. He turns right, throws right. It is complete to Bump. Bump to the 45, bump to the 40. Bump with some speed, shoves away a man before he's forced out of bounds. But Bump Bergreen with a big pickup there for Madison Academy as he turned on the afterjets right there. And that was a 15-yard pickup there for Bump.
And that pass had something on it. That time, body was squared where he was able to get his body into it, not just relying on arm strength. Good job by the passer and the receiver.
Pistol formation, 3-man defensive front look for North Jackson on first down. Handoff goes to the tailback, picks a hold of Stokes. 30, 20, 20. Touchdown, Madison Academy. 35 yards for Will Stokes.
Again, you got to stop Will Stokes if you're going to stop Madison Academy. And that's, you've seen the film. If you are the Chiefs, you've been watching it. You know what you have to do. You just can't do it. I mean, this kid is just really amazing, and it helps to have an offensive line that's opening some nice holes for you.
That was very well done by the left side of the line. Vashon on for the point after. Snap, set, kick is really good. 3:59 left to go in this opening quarter. Your new score is 10-0 Madison Academy. A 30-second timeout here as you listen to Mustang football on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Mark and Henry McDaniel, attorneys at law, are proud alumni of Madison Academy, and Madison Academy is proud of them. They have served our community through their practice, through volunteerism and service on national, state, and local boards. They explain the complexity of critical court rulings on local media. Their successful practice has been built on integrity. Both are veterans of MA Athletics and proud sponsors of Mustang football. McDaniel and McDaniel, attorneys at law. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Any drive that ends in a kick is good. And so far we've had 2 drives end in kicks, one a field goal and one a point after attempt as the Mustangs lead it 10-0 with 3:59 left to go in this opening quarter. Along with Glenn Laird, Steve Moulton back here with you in beautiful Stevenson, Alabama. Vachon tees it up at the 40-yard line. Play whistled in. Away we go. The line drive kick that rolls to the goal line, scooped up, bringing it up to the 10, 15, 20, turns the corner to the 25, up to the 30-yard line. A late flag at the end of that play. A block in the back is the call on the Chiefs. So they would have had it at around the 33-yard line. It looks like from the point of the block in the back, I want to say is around the 25-yard line.
Looks like they'll start from the 15.
Yeah. So that's significant penalty right there for the Chiefs.
That's exactly where they're going to start this drive.
So it wasn't a touchback, but North Jackson starts at their own 15-yard line, trailing at 10-0.
Yeah, this is the worst. I mean, it's better than if they had just kicked it through the end zone, right?
Yeah.
You're giving up 5 yards that way.
Morris back in there at the quarterback position for North Jackson in the shotgun. 4-man defensive front. Looks like we might be bringing some pressure. Hamlet's sneaking up to the line. Now retreats back. Delayed handoff goes to the tailback. Nowhere to go to right there, right up the A-gap. And not much room at all on that pickup there by a Walton. A gain of around 2 yards.
You know, it hadn't been that long, Steve, when teams would test the middle of our defense and find success.
Yeah.
That's not happening, at least since game 0. This defensive line has looked really good this season.
Hayden Knight was the one that plugged up that hole that time. 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard pickup. Morris looks left, fires left. It is complete out there for a